Volusia Flagler Fantasy Football League. It is me, GP. Our commish is remote this week. Welcome home, brother, Mr. Mud Dogs.
Appreciate that, sir. Good to be back in the old dirty DB for a couple days, just hanging out with the family, enjoying the holidays, my man. Enjoying the holidays.
Did you get anything
Job's
nice?
good. Nah, man. Hey, it's like you said. The last time you and I spoke, uh, it's all about seeing the little ones get crazy on Christmas morning. So that was nice. Just a little quick side note. Went out to the old famous Little Tomoka Yacht Club Friday night. Indulged in some seafood. Got to see a super fan of the podcast, Cameron Weir, holding it back, holding it down on the line, and I was able to chat with him for a few minutes. Uh, Said he wants to put his name on the waiting list for the BFFFL.
Nice, dude.
Unfortunately for Camo, turnover is not frequent in this league, so
Nah,
it might
nah.
be a hot minute, maybe.
There's a long list too.
Ah, oh man,
Well,
yeah.
let's
Other than that, man, like we had a good time. What about little one? What
dude.
about
He went nuts. I still got Legos to build. Um, we might have unfortunately already broke the RC car. I'm not sure. I have to work on that. Um,
well, that's good, man.
does the
That's
mother-in-law love you
absolutely
more than
wonderful.
ever?
Oh, of course, hundred
Nah,
percent,
that a boy.
100%. Hey, she ready to get my ass on that plane though.
Nice. Well,
But
let's get
that's
into it,
neither
man.
here nor there.
Let's get into it.
All
Round two of
right.
the playoffs has come to a close, and we have a definitive championship game to talk about. But before that, let's talk a little bit about round two.
All right, man. I tell you, we'll go ahead and get started with our South Beach billionaire snitches get stitches, taking down yours truly, the commish Mud Dogs, 109 to 94. And man, for me in this one, dude, James Conner and Mr. Knox are tied in there for snitches. Those guys have been coming on strong down the stretch, man. And James Conner, dude, for like the last 6 weeks, he's definitely been north of double digits. So I would say, I mean, it's easy to get on here and talk about Jefferson, Jacobs, and his big guns, man. But start getting that X factor type production is when you start seeing the difference, man. So uh, to me, that that's what hurt me this week. On the flip side, it's like you and I talked our little production meeting. I was shocked to see wide receivers catching touchdowns for the Mud Dogs, so that was a pleasant surprise. And unfortunately, man, I sat at the house watching the Dolphins in the pack, and I was feeling that pain with everybody else in the social media universe when everyone was like, "Where's Aaron Jones? What's Aaron Jones doing? Didn't know we traded Aaron Jones away from the Packers." Come to find out, unfortunately, man got his ankle rolled up early to start the second half, so they kind of shut him down for a little bit. But not saying it would have made the difference, but go ahead and tip my cap to Mr. JC. Tell him best of luck in the finals.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the story going into this was, are your receivers going to produce? And they did. Um, but your running backs didn't this week, man. It's unfortunate. Congratulations to Clayton. This is his first championship he's going to. Is it his
I think
first?
I think this is the first Super Bowl or Fantasy Bowl or whatever the hell we're gonna start calling this thing, man. I think it's his first title match. I'll have to go
Yeah,
back and double check that. I apologize for not being ready, but
it's all
yeah,
good.
I believe this is the first one.
It's all good. Good luck to him, man. It's good to see. It's nice to see a new face. As long as it's not Eric, I'm good.
Yeah. You got anything else on this one? Or are you ready to go
I'm ready.
blow up Northeast Georgia War Room right now?
I think that's where we need to spend a little bit more time. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. And the second semifinal matchup this week, we saw the AT Aliens with the big 94-66 victory over Shane Falco and company, aka the Jolly Roger. Um, Dude, how about Doug's wide receivers this week, man? Jalen Waddle the last 2 weeks has gotten loose on some very explosive touchdowns. Um, he goes north of 20 again this week. And dude, his other one, man, Devonta Smith for Philly, 8 catches for a buck 13 and two this week. Um, he's he's been kind of outshining AJ Brown, man, coming down the stretch. Um, on the flip side, for old Cuzzo, man, he just ran out of steam.
That he
Uh,
did.
you I mean that to me, that's pretty much it, man. He just kind of ran out of steam, dude. And I think missing Tyler Lockett is gonna be kind of like that. That was a bigger piece to the puzzle than we may have thought of because I mean Lockett, I think had got 6 weeks in a row going for a touchdown, but
Yeah. Yeah. Lockett was
that's about
big
all
for
I got
him.
on that one.
Lockett was really big for him down the stretch, man. Um, yeah, his wide receivers didn't come to play this week, man. That's for sure. And speaking of Devontae Smith, did you see the absolute stellar job the Cowboys media team did with Devontae Smith's rendition of pulling presents out of the Salvation Army jar thing at Dallas? Did you see that?
That was pretty good,
Just pulling L's out. That was hilarious. Probably the best thing the Cowboys have ever done.
man.
That was great. But yeah, man. Hey, Doug didn't even take our advice too and pick up Uncle Rico. Uncle Rico slayed in Dallas. I mean,
Dude, that
our
that game was
guy.
awesome.
Yeah, it was a great game, man. Um, congrats to Doug, man. He's this is his second time, I believe, to the show.
Yeah, he's definitely won it. This might be his second or third time, but like I said, man, it's been a minute. It's been a
Yeah,
minute. So welcome
yeah,
welcome back to the AT Aliens for sure.
yep, yep. Hopefully,
For sure.
his receivers can have a nice repeat performance.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Well, we're gonna shake things up a little bit this week. Unfortunately, due to time constraints and the travel schedule that GP and myself are going to be under over the next couple of days, we're going to go ahead and transition right into the round three matchups. We're going to go ahead and start with the third place, aka the Poverty Bowl, that's getting ready to break out between the Mud Dogs and Shane Falco and company. Um, I feel like I've been pretty reserved and pretty close to the vest this season and trying to be like all politically correct, with my analysis. But yeah, I'm gonna beat the shit out of Ben this week, man. I'm coming for him. Coming for him, baby. Evan Ingram and the Jags, they got something to play for, and he's playing the Texans this week, man. The Texans are awful. So
Pretty bad.
I'm sure it'll backfire and I'll put up 42 points, but whatever, man. Babe Ruth, call the shot. Let's do this thing. Let's go ahead and win that third place money.
Well, in the first inaugural two cousins, one third place cup matchup, that's what I've labeled that. So in the two cousins, one cup matchup, I think it's going to be a close one. Um, quarterbacks, we got number one, number two in the league going against each other this week. ESPN must be a little drunk, giving the edge to Josh Allen. I think Patty's going to put up a little bit more than Josh this week. Um, But the rest of your matchups are pretty enticing, man. Pretty enticing. I hope you guys tie.
I hope we do too.
If you tie, who won during the regular season? Does that matter? Was it you?
I think I did. I'd have to
Hmm.
go back and double check, man. But
All right, I got an idea. If you guys tie, I get the money. Sounds good to
yeah,
me.
I'll talk to Ben about that, and
Doesn't
we'll
matter what
we'll
Ben
have to
says.
circle. We'll have
Doesn't
to
matter.
circle back to you.
It doesn't matter what Ben says. Okay.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and transition to the matchup that we all want to hear us chirp about, man. We've got the AT Aliens representing the Northeast Georgia War Room, taking on the South Beach Billionaires. Snitches get stitches. John Clayton. Right now, um, ESPN's got, I'd say, a little more than a slight edge to Snitches in this one. But I was sitting here looking at the overall landscape of both these rosters, and I feel like it's going to significantly change between now and when we get this party started on Thursday. Uh, AT Aliens has got some points sitting on their bench right now, man. He's got Chris Godwin, he's got Mr. Robinson there taking on the Browns in a plus matchup, and I've got to feel like he picked up Purdy this past week to play him. God, dude, he's playing the Raiders, man. And the Raiders haven't been able to stop anybody this year. And Chase Young's back for the Manders. So you've got to think Washington's pass rush is going to be a little bit more ferocious going up against the Browns, man. And so, for me in this one, I'm sitting here looking at JC's side of the ball. I think the X factor is going to be his Manders and Antonio Gibson and Scary Terry. You know, if they can get it going against Cleveland and produce more Gibson than McLaurin, because I mean McLaurin's going to get his, but
Yeah.
if Gibson's able to find the end zone, I think Snitches Get Stitches is going to be able to hoist that trophy for the first time. So hopefully, I'm not putting the kiss of death on my man. I know Doug's probably doing a cartwheel right now because I'm gonna go against him, and he's gonna be happy about it. But I'm riding with my man JC. Snitches Get Stitches in the final.
It's a tough one. I've been very open and clear about how I feel about Doug's quarterback. I still feel, I mean, let's be honest here. Ben gave him a win last week. 66 points in a, I guess we could call it a championship game or a divisional game, whatever. Um,
He got froze out, man, for
yeah,
sure.
Clayton's not putting up 66 points here.
No. Mm-mm.
Clayton's coming,
Yeah.
and he's coming in a big way. Any quarterback besides Deshaun Watson, in
Yeah.
my eyes, gives Doug a fighting chance. You got Jalen Waddle playing in New England. They're going to take Tyreek Hill away. Bill always does. He always takes the number one receiver away. That leaves Jalen Waddle open.
Waddle's
Devontae
probably gonna
Smith,
go for 150 plus.
yeah. Devontae Smith, the Eagles are playing New Orleans. Uncle Rico and Devontae Smith, they must hang out a lot, dude, because the boy went off. You got Mark Andrews and Pitt. Pitt and Baltimore is going to be a good game. Latavius Murray, I don't really like that. Like you said, he's got guys on the bench that can play. But that quarterback, man, still, in my eyes, ain't it. Moving over to John's side, Dak's got a good matchup against Tennessee. Josh Jacobs is going to have a little bit of a tough time, man. San Francisco's defense they're stellar. To your point with Antonio Gibson, he's got to have a good game against Cleveland. Justin Jefferson's a lock. Terry McLaurin's a lock in my eyes. Dawson Knox, if he gets the ball and he gets a touchdown, great. If he doesn't, points will reflect. And James Conner's been going off, man.
Hey, one more thing I want to add here on Justin Jefferson. him and Tyreek are going after the all-time receiving record right now, and I'm pretty sure Jefferson's definitely in the driver's seat. So you
Yep.
got to figure, man, with Minnesota being close to locking down, playoff position, and with Week 18, approaching, you got to think, man, that they may try to push the envelope to go ahead and get that record maybe this week. And if they don't get it this week, they're gonna come pretty damn close to where he's not gonna have to play a lot in week 18 to get there. So
Yeah.
I mean Jefferson could be primed for another big matchup.
Yeah. We're going to talk a little bit about what ifs, right? What if Justin Fields was still in Doug's lineup? Championship game playing against the Detroit Lions. Arguably the worst defense in the NFL. What if Justin Fields was in his lineup right now? My answer to that is if Justin Fields was in his lineup right now, I wouldn't be picking Clayton. But Justin Fields is on Lee's lineup on the bench in Costa Rica, enjoying a fruity beverage with the rest of us.
Yep.
It's time for Clayton to
Yep.
hoist the belt, dude. My pick is Clayton.
All right.
And it's not going to be close.
Good deal. Good deal. All right. Well, that sums up the finals breakdown there. Before we get before we put a bow on this bad boy, we're gonna ask a little favor of everyone in the league. Gonna include this in the text message as well, but I would like maybe on Thursday or sometime between now and when these matchups get started, man, drop us you know what? Let's do it Thursday morning. Let's just shoot for Thursday morning. Let's just go ahead and do this. Take you about 15 to 30 seconds. Bust out that iPhone or that Android, man, and record you a little 15 to 30-second clip. Go ahead and pick the finals for us, man. Pick the finals, give us a quick breakdown, and post it to the league text message chat so we can get everybody's picks on this championship match. And if you want to get on there and tell Ben and I how much we suck when we're playing the third place game, like by all means do that shit too. But yeah, go ahead, get on there, pick the finals, and post that on the group chat.
Hey, you already called my play. You already called my play.
Hell yeah. Well, you got anything else any parting shot you wanna add, man? I just want to say if anybody's gonna be traveling over the next couple of days, man, be safe out there. Have a great new year. Um, I know the airlines they're playing catch up right now. So if you got to deal with the airport traffic, man, good luck. Hope everybody stays safe. Anybody hitting the roads, do the same, please. Be careful out there.
Absolutely. We'll be talking next week, yeah?
Of
Championship
course.
game.
Hell yeah,
A
we're gonna have a
review.
winner, baby. We have a new champ.
New champ. Until next week, ladies and gentlemen.